Brought to you by Create2 Media. It's the Father-Son Talk Sports Show. Here's your host, Paulie C.
Welcome back to the Father-Son Talk Sports Show. My name is Paul, coming to you on the behalf of my dad, and Paul to you. We just wanted to come to you guys. I know it's been crazy out there. I hope everyone has been safe. I hope everyone, is taking the precautions that's necessary so that we can try to, get back to normal, try to get back to a normal way of life, because I know it's getting real crazy right now. I know, I hear I'm a sales manager, and I know, it's very hard to do normal business. It's just not normal business at this point. So, we find ourselves really looking back and just being appreciative of the world that we had, because right now it's definitely it's a totally different world than what we had before. But the NFL is giving us news that we can definitely sink our teeth into. I mean, it's a lot of things going on right now. The Browns are feeling some crazy needs to try to surround Baker Mayfield with more weapons, because I know that Stefanski's going to run a more play action pass offense, something that he should definitely excel at. And we have excellent running backs in Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb to be able to execute something like that. Picking up a fullback like, Andy Janovich and from the Denver Broncos, and picking up, I believe we got Conklin as well. Those are all things that will help to solidify our line, help to solidify to be able to make it easier for him to be able to navigate so that he doesn't get sacked. I know he got sacked I think it was the 6th or the 7th most in the NFL last year. And we definitely, it looks like they're making a commitment to him, like he's going to be the starter, obviously, going forward. And I think that they're fully invested in watching him grow and become the quarterback that we all kind of want him to be. Not just, the Browns, obviously, but I believe that the fans ultimately want him to be the starter so that we can finally put an end to this endless quarterback search that seems like we've been on since 1999. So, ultimately, between Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, it looks like they're kind of on the same page. And it looks like we're able to put something together that we can actually sink our teeth into. Like I said, Jack Conklin and Austin Hooper should be great fits. I believe that we should definitely keep Njoku. I don't know why we would get rid of him now. Keep 2 tight ends on the field, give him even more outlets, give him more ways to be able to get out and to get those quick passes going, because that's when he's at his best. When he's three-step drop, balls out right away. That's definitely when he's at his best. I believe it's a solid pickup to be able to pick up Case Keenum. Picking up a solid backup gives you insurance. What if something does happen to Mayfield? What if, he, God forbid, gets hurt? And I believe that he would be a good mentor to be able to grow Mayfield, because it's all about, quarterbacks were made overnight. Everybody doesn't come out and just perform at a super high level for their entire career. Sometimes it takes a time to mature. It takes time for them to actually learn and to get better. And I think that the Browns are doing great by trying to surround him with that type of environment. And if you look around the league, obviously, you got players moving all around, but here the biggest news of them all is Tom Brady, and it looks like he's going to the Buccaneers. That is mind-blowing. I never would have thought that I would see Tom Brady in any uniform other than the Patriots. And that's definitely something that, it's going to take some time to get adjusted to. I'm not going to lie. I believe that, it'll be a good fit, obviously, for Tampa Bay. I think that, him and Arians, I think that they can put something together. It's just that I never thought it would come to this. I just never did. I'm pretty sure New England fans probably never thought that they would see a New England team without Tom Brady at the helm, but he's getting up there. It's just reality. Father Time is undefeated, and at 42 years old, I mean, you can't really chart a future that way. And I believe that that's the way Bill Belichick looked at it. And he thought, you know what, here, you know, I mean, we can't have a future. He's not going to play until he's 50. So we have to bite this bullet, and we're going to have to retool. And I believe, I guess they just said that this is that time. It still shocks me because I believe that, you know, he still has a year or two left in him of high level play. I believe that they could have surrounded him with more playmakers. I think last year the defense was more of a flash in the pan. I think that they played some soft teams early on that made them look really good. But the offensive firepower was not there. I mean, Edelman is a great receiver. In my book, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, the toughest guy that I've ever seen play the wide receiver position. He's made some of the biggest catches I've ever seen. But at the same time, I mean, it's just him. You don't see Gronk out there. You don't see a Randy Moss out there. There's nobody to really take the top off the defense. And I believe that last year that kind of reared its ugly head. I think there's more talented teams in the NFL. And you haven't been able to say that for a while. I believe that the 49ers, they got better overall as well by, you know, they added players, they added, you know, made extensions and things like that to kind of keep their team together. So I believe that they're going to be in contention for a while as well. I mean, I just think overall, you know, because everything comes back to this COVID-19. And I'm pumped to be able to see next year, you know, obviously, I love football just like you guys love football, but at the same time, it's really hard for me to see a day coming where we can really get our hands on this and really try to turn back the tide so that we can take back the world. It seems like from the coronavirus, you know, this is definitely taking over, and it's a big deal. I mean, it just is. Just like I said, in my line of work, I still have to go out. I can't stay home, you know, and I have to interact with people. And you just pray, you know, you wash your hands all the time, and you know, just try to do everything that you can to stay safe and to be able to, you know, come home and to keep your family safe, because you don't want to bring home something to your family and have your family put in a bad spot. You know, that just wouldn't be good. So, you know, overall, that's basically what's going on right now. I mean, the COVID-19 is taking over everything, taking over the sports world. You got March Madness canceled. You got the NBA. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to resume that. I mean, especially when you got 4 more Nets players, including Kevin Durant, that came up with the illness. It's just, I mean, it's devastating. I mean, and you know it's going to spread because, again, we don't take everything as serious as we probably should right out the gate. You know, we got to get knocked around a little bit because us, you know, as Americans, I would just say as Americans in general, we don't have, I won't say invincible, but we have an aura of invincibility that goes along with it, where we feel like, you know what, it's not that big a deal. It's not going to be that big here. And then when it finally comes, then we have to deal with the fact that, you know what, it is here, you know, and kind of go from there. And I think that's kind of what Rudy Gobert went through as well. You know, a lot of people kind of feel like that, or they felt that way when it first started, like it's not really a big deal or anything like that. But ultimately he made a mistake, and you know, it looks like he's going to pay for that by being able to donate $500,000 to keep, you know, arena workers working and things like that, and keep their, you know, be able to keep them afloat during this time where they can't work. You know, but you got Donovan Mitchell, now you got Kevin Durant, you got some high level people, you know, in the sport of basketball that are dealing with this illness. And I mean, the thing is just getting crazy, man. I mean, this is just the beginning. As I was stating before, like I was talking to my dad, you know, it's really hard for me to see the end. And I know that, you know, I always look for the end, but it's just really hard. I'm looking for it. And I pray, you know, every time that it gets here. But, you know, just to keep me uplifted, I think this is more so, you know, just for FSTS, for me, for, just for my creative, nature overall. I just got to do something. Like, I had to be able to put this show out here, even if it's a quick little spurt, just to be able to come to you guys to kind of get some sense of normal back. Because it seems like that was taken. That was taken from all of us, the normal day-to-day operations. Now we live under different rules. I go out when I meet with people in the business world, and you see people with masks on, and they got surgical gloves on, and it's just crazy, wiping down everything. But you gotta think about it. I mean, that's kind of what it is right now. If you turn on the news or if you listen to Alexa in the morning, she doesn't paint a pretty picture. But God is real. He is real, and He will bring us through this. So just, everybody gotta just stay safe. Make sure that you do, like Trump is saying, he wants to try to limit groups of 10 or more people. The businesses are shutting down, so we don't intermingle as much. But we got to do our part. We can't go out there and continue to mix and to, if we don't feel good, stay home. That's really all it really comes down to. And then we can kind of try and find a way to get back to normal. The other thing that happened, though, in the NFL that kind of messed me up was that DeAndre Hopkins got traded to the Cardinals. I could not believe that the Texans traded a weapon for their franchise quarterback to the Cardinals for David Johnson. I can't even understand it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is not even arguably, I would say that, he's the number one receiver in the NFL. Just look at the production. The man didn't drop a pass last year. His hands are like two of my hands. It's ridiculous. He has catcher's mitts for gloves, for hands. So he catches everything. Yeah, I just don't understand why you would trade someone like that. But at the end of the day, that's why they get paid the big bucks. But it doesn't make much sense to me at all, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't make much sense to the sports world either. So we just gotta, hang on to the NFL and try to. If we do our part, though, if we come together and we start to, like I said, if we feel ill, take tests, be able to get the treatment that's required, then we can shorten this pandemic and be able to get back to business as normal. So that we can, things that we do as Americans and enjoy sport, enjoy life in general. But yeah, NFL free agency is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I would love for the NBA to come back, but it just does not look like that's going to be on the horizon. It looks like they're still going to have the draft, though. It looks like the draft is still going to happen. But it's not going to be open to the public. It's going to be something that's going to be televised, which is going to be weird, I know, for the guys. Just think about, you worked your whole life to get to a point where you can be a day one draft pick, and you want to see your the fans out there. You want to be able to see everyone come together and enjoy it with you. Well, you can't, because now you're going to be on TV. It's just weird. I know that, if I was a draft pick in the first round, that would be something that I would definitely be looking forward to. But now you can't get it. And you just think about all the seniors in football, in basketball. And, they never got to play their March Madness out. They never, got to see the way that their season would end. And it's just, I feel bad for the kids over at Dayton. Just think about the team that they had and, the highest ranking that they've ever had as a team. And they never got a chance to go to the tournament to see where they could potentially go. I believe, that's devastating. These are just memories that kids are going to have forever. And, my wife, she pulls up the memes from time to time on Instagram, and it's some of the craziest things I ever heard about the coronavirus. Well, in all the memes, they call it the Rona, which is crazy. But it's just hilarious. But you need to laugh. Like I said, at a time like this, just a simple video like this for me is like therapy. It's like a little bit of normal to get back to what we do on a day-to-day basis. And that's what, I need more of that. I believe that everyone needs more of that. I find myself listening to more and more talk radio, watching more and more videos. I want to try to find more creative ways to come to you guys, because this is probably, obviously, the best way right now, but it should help me to hone my skills to be able to come to you guys in more creative ways, so that, we can interact more, and hopefully I can bring you guys a more entertaining show, and we can have fun together. But Dad is okay. Dad is at home. Obviously he doesn't want to come out as much because, like I say, he doesn't want to catch anything, but at the same time, that's okay. I told him that he can call in to the show, and so that we could try to get back to a normal thing like that. So maybe we'll do a show tomorrow where he can call in and give me his input on everything that's going on in the free agency, the potential playoffs that would have came for the NBA if they can ever get it together, if we can get our hands around this virus, and get his take on the overall thing, and how it's affecting society as a whole. But here, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely check in for that show tomorrow. I'll try to get that updated as quickly as possible. And I just thank you guys for having you there. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. You guys take care and be safe out there.
Brought to you by Create 2 Media. It's the Father-Son Talk Sports Show.